Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Final Fantasy XVI. Now I haven't been able to play for a couple of weeks. I've been trying to go through a process of trying to get some things, well, let me just put it this way. I got a new computer, moved my capture card to it, and I ran into some technical issues. Every once in a while this capture card just isn't doing quite what it's supposed to. So I've been monitoring it pretty well, but I've been going through a process of trying to get it fixed with support, and it's a slow process. So I've been not recording for a while to try and get this fixed, but I think we've got it. I think we got it somewhat tamped down. I'm going to be monitoring it, obviously, to make sure that, you know, too many drop frames aren't happening and whatnot, but if there are a couple of drop frames, I hope that you'll forgive it. I think overall the recordings still look pretty damn clean, but I sometimes can be a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to the quality of my content, and I want it to be as high quality as I can make it, so that's what I'm trying to do. So, I may be a little bit rusty today because I truly have not played in like 2 weeks. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so we're supposed to go and talk to Jill. Is there anything else here? Right now, there's not too much going on. Oh, she's in our chambers. Actually, can we see her from here? Yeah, she's just gonna be on the balcony there. Hi, girl. I'm coming to you. Give me just a minute. Give me just a minute, okay? I'm coming. I'm coming, beautiful. Hi, Vivian.
What will it be today? What is it that you wish to learn? Study it well, Clive.
All right. So, I don't know if we're gonna have... I think we did have some hunts, right? Some new hunts?
Very good.
Let's check that, actually. I don't know. Okay, not yet. But after we progress a little bit further, we might. Alright, Jill. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hey, buddy.
Say your farewells, and let us be gone.
Maybe there won't be any more side questing.
Take as much time as you need, brother. Something tells me Ultima will wait.
I think there has to be a couple more hunts just because there are certain resources that we're missing. But we'll see.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport, but as soon as the rebuild comes.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
Okay, nice little reference to their first interaction on the balcony when they were kids. Wishing upon a star, Metia. And here we go.
Time.
New quests.
Gonna make sure I haven't forgotten.
Oh my gosh. Make sure I haven't forgotten anything, as it's like, oh, here are 10 quests. Go. Oh my goodness. In search of a lost tome? Reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exists ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that mere possession is deemed a crime. And it was a chance encounter with one such tome from a distance that sparked within me the scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for services rendered. Hey, any banned book is something that you should definitely be interested in.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
This is going to be some nice lore. Okay, in a mood? In case you haven't noticed, your poor hound spends all of his time of late on the rear deck whimpering like Gav in his cups. Ouch, calling Gav out. Something ain't right and my gut tells me it's not to do with his supply of antelope bones. Anything for Torgal. Anything.
What is it this time, Torgal?
You alright?
Ask about Origin.
About that.
If there's anything I can do to help you kill this ultimate bloke, you just say the word, eh? You could promise to take Sid's name off my hands.
Aye.
Don't even joke about that. Anyway, I thought you said you hadn't finished with it yet. I did, didn't I? Now, if you wanted to give me an even grander title, something to rival your Sid the Outlaw, that'd be a different story.
Let's see.
Gav the Magnificent? Gav the Almighty? Gav the Lionheart? Something along those lines? I'll leave that to you to decide. I'm sure you're more than capable of choosing the perfect moniker for Sid's right-hand man. Right-hand man, eh? I'll take it. Oh, you can do better than that, bro.
You off then?
If there's anything special you fancy supping on before you go, I'd be glad to make it for you. As long as it's brown.
It's him, I tell you. The
Unky.
What's
Unky
up,
Byron, what's up?
Oh, I suppose he's the
Ask about Origin first? You're set on this plan of yours, then? I am. You never were one to shy away from a fight. Some might say it runs in the family. Your father would be proud.
Thank you, Uncle.
I know he'll be with us up there.
As for down here,
You may take comfort in the knowledge that the realm will be in my capable hands until you return. Indeed. Three's company.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? But such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
I like the sound of this.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle. And he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
All right, let's do this.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you, Clive.
All right, I feel like all of these quests are going to be about kind of like pulling order back, getting people back in, you know? This will be good. This will be good. Oh, side quest for our bro? You bet.
Ah, Clive. This is it then, brother.
Our last dance with Ultima awaits. Only the Founder knows what awaits us up there.
Indeed.
But whatever we find, we shall overcome it. It would not do to disappoint our friends. They all believe in you, Clive. They would follow you to the ends of the earth if they could.
You're wrong.
My friends don't follow me. They spur me on. I couldn't have made it this far without them. Nor without you, Joshua. You gave me your blessing and made me your shield. Without you, I don't know how I would have even survived. Even when we were apart, you were always with me. And I trust you'll be with me now until the end.
Of course.
Whenever that may be. Where there's a will.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Dude, who would say no to this? This is the first one we're doing, of course.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are. Back to Tabor then.
Back.
Not to be reunited with Yote this time, but with Father.
Dude, you really should go and kiss that girl. I'm just, as a bro. Look, I'm just trying to be a good brother and a good wingman. I waited 5 years, and I didn't have to. I wish somebody had told me to just go and kiss the girl, 5 years ago, because she would have been down for it. But no, I waited 5 years, and that was too long to wait. That was a lot of wasted time. And I don't want you to make the same mistake, Joshua. Go and kiss Yote. All right. Let's move on.
Courage, Ifrit. My decision is made.
I shall carry you and your brother to Origin, that the Lesage name might live on in honor, not in infamy. Even if I should not... Your Highness, you're not...
You said it yourself.
This is a journey from which I may not return, and yet I am resolved to go. Ultima took much from me, and he means to strip us all of what little we have left.
He must be stopped.
Whatever the cost.
He must.
Thank you, Your Highness. You are as over-hasty as your brother. Save your thanks for when this is over.
Time is nigh, Ifrit.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping
Oh
her.
yeah, we didn't kill her.
She found some way to send me a letter.
I forgot.
And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
Okay. We'll do this. We go together.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Yeah, so that mother who had a bear as a, growing in her, she was pregnant with a bear child is what we thought is what saved her. So, I mean, all bears have a natural resistance to the ether. So if they're stuck in a prison, that would be absolutely terrifying because everybody around them would be basically swimming in ether, going Akashic,
Something about it.
and there's nothing they can do. They're just in there starving or being attacked if the gates are open, they're being attacked. If the gates are closed, they're starving to death. That's horrible.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Maybe Gav
Sounds
should do that? Just
So you're happy
saying.
to oversee the boys' test then?
I mean, but really, no, like, I'm the one watching Gav do it and assigning Gav to do it. Gav should be the one doing it. But this is a video game, so I'm gonna do it. My time is yours.
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Damn, so many quests. Alright, we're gonna be doing side questing for a while here.
Ian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Fair enough. Trust you to go and pick a fight with a bleeding god, right? I didn't sign up for all this excitement, you know.
No.
Sid did say the higher-ups wouldn't be too happy about us trying to change the world. He just didn't say how high up. You got me there, and it ain't as if I have anything better to do, so no more lip out of me. But it's that lip that keeps us on our toes, Otto.
Is that right?
Well, I'd better start looking for something else to moan about then, hadn't I? Ask about the hideaway. No one around here's bold enough or daft enough to say I'm fit for the knacker's yard, but I sure as hell ain't getting any younger.
Might be time to take a step back.
Let the fledglings spread their wings. Young Gout's as bright as the inside of a barrel, but his heart's in the right place. And his constant failures never seem to dim his spirits either. I reckon the same might have been said of me when I was his age.
But if it weren't for Sid...
Giving me the room to fall and a hand to help me up again, I never would have changed. It'd have been the Gouts leading the Gouts. Clive, assuming we'd made it this far.
Off you go then.
Okay, so you're just gonna show us where other quests are out in the world? Alright, let's see what's new. Really? That actually surprises me. A lot. Okay. There's no way that Svarog was the highest one, right?
Clive!
I mean, I guess maybe, but
Quick look.
I still kind of doubt that. Okay, so there's one in the Dalmacian Republic and one in Sanbrek.
Always something in there.
Okay, so the Dame in Lubor, it looks like.
Clive, I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
What's this?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take a part of the infirmary with you.
I'm sure it will be very helpful indeed.
Thanks.
And Taya, try not to work too hard.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? He's a quick study, but he's got a long way to go yet. I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heed it yourself, thank you very much. Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
Who indeed?
Alright, got ourselves a medicine chest. Is that like... Didn't really top us out here. I wonder if it's similar to, like, the pre-release things? Wasn't there, like, yeah, right here. No, it's not in here. Doesn't matter. Not really.
Greetings, Lord Marquis.
Go kiss my brother.
His Grace and I.
Often spoke on our travels, and a certain saying of his remains with me even now. Duty is the enemy of freedom.
At first,
I thought that he spoke of his own plight, that though he was able to roam the land again, his duty to unearth the truth about Ultima prevented him from being truly free. But I came to understand that he spoke not of himself, but of me.
it was my duty to him.
That his grace judged to be inimical to my own freedom. That's a new word. I believe that this is why he bade me remain here, that I might at last be released from my duty to him. Hold on. Inimical. Tending to, obstruct or harm. Unfriendly or hostile. Okay. Few others in his position would allow the cares of a humble attendant to weigh so heavily upon them, nor take such drastic action in response. Okay, ask about Origin. Also, go and kiss him.
My lord.
You are resolved to go, then?
I am.
And so is Joshua. So go and kiss him, in case he doesn't come back. You know, honestly, if you need my room for the night, you can have it. Me and Jill will go and find another beach. I know you fear for him, but I'll do everything in my power to keep him safe.
I do not doubt it.
You are, as you always have been, his first shield. I was only ever his temporary protector. Now his grace has bade me protect the hideaway instead, and that is what I shall do.
Thank you, Yote.
May you return safely.
To us, my lord. Both of you.
Have care, my lord.
I am like trying to be the wingman. Nobody's taking me up on this.
Thank you, my lord, for taking me in. Everyone here has been so kind. It reminds me of home.
Well, I'm glad she's doing okay. I'm happy for you, Edda. Alright, we should definitely talk to everybody right now. Alright. Before the end of the game, you really gotta settle on somebody, Asta, so what's going on now?
All this time, my heart has wandered hither and thither in search of the perfect companion. When all along he was here, standing right beside me.
Oh no, is it me? Are you talking about me?
All this time, my heart has wandered
Walk away.
hither.
Run! Run!
You look just like a
Couldn't have been easy for her making the journey from
Take the hint, Asta! As I run away from her.
What do you think happened?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's inventions. Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
It's a little bit more complicated than the last one.
Mididol back together. She seems really sad.
Honestly, I think this has to do with Sid. I think we might finally be... Yeah, we'll see, but she still hasn't, still haven't gotten her to go and visit his grave. I'm a little worried about Min myself.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
Miss Shirley says we're not allowed in the dungeon. But Miss Mididol doesn't mind.
You know, I know that, Bahamut's gonna fly us up to the thing, but this seems like a missed opportunity to turn the Enterprise into an airship. I can't be the only one who thinks that, right?
When you return, would you mind teaching the children another lesson? They did so enjoy your last.
Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression on the children.
Okay. You know, there really hasn't been, like, much to do up there. It looks like there's a quest up there, but we have not gone up there a lot in this game. Alright, we'll start here, though, since Mid is right here.
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along!
God, I love her accent, though.
If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
Yes!
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
Dion is fired.
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First, I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
Oh. You know what? Like, I know she's talking about a ship, but...
And not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordill. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
We're the Godfather. That, like, melted my cold heart. Oh my goodness. I know she's talking about a ship, but... still. That's fucking sweet.
They make an oil down at the docks in Ordill that's as slippery as the sea nasties they render it from. With that and the bone I told you about, I shall be able to finish the prototype.
Man, I mean... yeah, I really like that relationship. It just seems like Clive and Mid are like... In a way, he's like her next dad, you know?
Has mentioned a new project yet?
Like, he took on Sid's name in more ways than one. Ugh. The character building in this game is very good. Oh, buddy, Torgal. Alright, let's figure out what's going on with Torgal. Torgal and Joshua, those are the first two missions we're gonna do. Because they're important.
Hiding for something, boy.
We can add Mid to that list, too. She's important, too.
What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his Eikons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Oh, really?
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Yeah, I'd say not.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
Oh.
You want me to go with you somewhere?
Shit, is Torgal gonna visit Sid's grave before Mid does?
Why can't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
Okay. We want to go and talk to everybody, so we'll go down here.
Drink up, my
A
little
few more of
darlings.
these, and the Deadlands will seem less dead.
These flowers are beautiful. Pity we have to boil them all down to make medicine.
Without sun, I'll see that you're properly watered and manured, Martel. For as long as I'm able.
Clive has found a way.
Say what you will. Lady Karen has seen
How's it going, big guy?
Oh.
I wish I could go up there with you. It doesn't seem right leaving everything up to you three.
It's hardly everything.
There's plenty that still needs to be done down here. Like seeing to our stores and keeping Karen safe. Only you can do that, Goods.
And I will. I promise.
I won't let Nan come to no harm, no matter what.
You can count on me.
Just like we're all counting on you to come back safe and sound.
Be seeing ya.
I did it, Sid. I made friends with all the animals in the hideaway. But you know what I'd really like? My own goblin.
Oh.
Or maybe a marble or a bomb. Only if it was a big one. That or a bander curl, but not a cactuar. They're too prickly.
Sure, kid.
So what do I owe the honor? Crack the crystal.
Kill a god. Save the world. I miss anything? Nope, that's pretty much the plan.
Not a very good one.
If you ask me.
But then,
I can't say I've had much practice killing gods. Now, forging kit to kill a god, that I might be able to help you with. Reckon it's the least I can do, after all you've given us. And it's more than enough. You can thank me when you get back.
what do you want?
Okay, we don't even need this. It's not as good as what we've got. Now let's see, that's the one that we're waiting on. Okay.
That it? Fine.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord.
I forgot about that
I shall
one.
go to Eastpool, but as soon as the rebuilding work is complete, I promise to return.
Okay, you don't have anything new.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Let's stock up, what?
Here to say your goodbyes, are you?
Alright then.
For now, but you'd better come back, or I'll fly up there and drag you home by your ear.
Thank you, Karen.
Didn't think you'd find the thought appealing. Look, just don't die, alright? A change in leadership's bad for business. Aye, you're off to kill a god, so what? You've done everything else you've put your mind to, haven't you?
You could do this too.
Damn right. More than words.
What are you still here for? That poor hand of yours is suffering.
Oh, don't worry, I'm going.
Going purse weighing you down. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. Is that all?
Alright, we talked to you, we talked to you. We'll buy around
You look
for
like you could do with a
everybody.
drink.
Because why not?
Well, someone's in a good mood. Drink up, you lot. The next round's on Sid.
And that's what a good leader does. Gets everybody drunk before the final fight.
Sid.
Okay.
Enthroned in sable skies, chaos in walls.
Well done, Lucan.
From diverse hands a dawn is spun in crimson sin unfurls.
You guys still fighting over this food?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
The odors.
Weren't we supposed to come and talk to Harpocrates? I wonder why he doesn't have a mission thing on him.
You going somewhere, Sid? Can we come? I promise we'll be good.
Yeah, sorry. Not too safe for you. Oh, there we go.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts? Some say that's one of the reasons they were tamed for use as mounts and sumpters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
Alright, so I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now, which is so unbelievably good. Go and check out that playthrough. Go and play that game, because it's amazing. This is Asterion. That's the voice actor for Asterion.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Harpocrates, there's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks.
An Illuminati of sorts.
Chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers. A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick. a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Good morrow to you, my friend. Ah, yes.
You have arrived at a solution, then. Dion will carry us.
Indeed.
A feat befitting the final act. I congratulate myself that I shall live long enough to see it, a feat in itself for a man of my years. But to be serious, it is no small thing to march against fate, Clive. You must be certain of your footing, unless the winds of destiny divert you from your course. Are you certain of your footing, Clive? I am.
Then go.
Do what you must.
Having never visited, I cannot tell you exactly where in Garnick my friend's lodgings lie, but he did mention they were some distance from the road. I make no guarantee that you will find what you seek there, only that it is the best and perhaps the only place left to look.
I wonder if it's going to be down that weird road. There was that locked door that we could hear something behind.
I have a few new notes that might interest you.
One of the missions will take us there.
What subject shall we consider today?
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
All right, cool. Okay, we talked to you two. I don't think we talked to some of you down here.
You be careful up there. But if you happen to snag your britches on anything, be sure to bring them back to me. I'll get them patched up right away.
All right, we forgot to go up into the roost up there, so we're gonna do that.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Normally I wouldn't recommend going anywhere near an adamantus, let alone one that's had a few centuries to let its temper simmer. They're mean bastards, and they only get meaner with age. Why do you think the village of Old Bidza was abandoned?
so there's a new mother.
One moment you think you've freed the realm from her fate. The next, a darker one rears up to replace it. What awaits us when we finally attain release? True freedom? Or something else entirely?
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
I'll go instead.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you. The plains of Vida Grace have haunted my dreams since I escaped from the orphanage. I can't say I was looking forward to returning.
All right. Is that everything? Got something new there, but we can check that out later. All right, so let's see. Torgal and Joshua's are going to be my first one. So I believe Torgal should be here at Port Isolde. Yeah. So I think that's the first one we're going to do. Then we'll do Joshua's, then we'll do Mid's. All right. Well, I think this is a good place for us to end the episode. That episode was just all base all day. So in the next one, we'll actually start knocking these missions out. There are 2 more, Lubor's and the Dames, that we need to go and pick up. But otherwise, we've picked them all up, and we're just going to start knocking them out one by one. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Andrew Smith, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Chris Smith, Vlado101, Andy Ford, The Blue Electric Cat, Angel Mejia, Black Mamba 90, and Kyle Schluter. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.